Okay. Let me make sure everything looks good. Microphone's working. Yep. So, last time on Dragon Ball Z. No, last time in Dragon Age Origins, I did Warden's Keep so I could get the storage. We have Zevran, who's my planned romance. We got the party storage. So nice because, yeah. I have too much. I should just sell stuff, but then I get, like, paranoid that I'm selling good stuff, and yeah. Yeah. I think I should put, like, a lot more stuff in there. As far as equipment goes. Yeah. Just gonna... Wait. How do I... Just like that? Or just put everything in there. So we can always come back. Everything in the storage. Tears breath, that's cool. This is modded, so I have a couple things like Lock Bash, actually, I feel like maybe someone will need a bolt. Crossbow. I don't know. I have plenty of space, and I can always come back here and get my stuff. Let's talk to everybody.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin? Why did you want to leave the Crows exactly? Tell me a little bit on Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
Hmm. You don't like Ferelden?
It is fine enough with its dogs and its mud. The people are spirited, even if they can't tell the difference between an assassin and a mere killer. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem.
The guy,
amidst
the merchant in the
sand
background
and
just kept on looking over. Is like
you come from someplace
so
comfortable.
funny. He's being very nosy. Not from any glittering gem, no.
No? That is too bad. If you were, then surely you would spend as much time boasting about it as I do. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Is that some kind of euphemism? This I have to hear. Tell me.
I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home forever. It's a little bizarre. There's love everywhere, really? Nah, the first one. You sound like you've been away from home forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted
Get
in
out of the
store window.
scene!
Finest Antivan leather. Perfect craftsmanship.
He's like
but
an
I was a fool to
extra
leave
that
them.
they tell not to
I
look
thought,
in the camera,
Zebra,
but
you
they
can buy
kind of
them when you
always
return
do.
as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there. That's too Antiva, not your leather fetish. Job being killing me. No Antiva boots for you. Your home is still there.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not.
Handsome.
Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. True, though it is. Do you object?
Not at all. It was just unexpected.
And glad I am to hear it. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
We got approval. Yay. Alright, so
You? You're the warden? My family owes you. Any weapons I make, I will sell you for a discount.
you're Livy's brother? Not much of a family resemblance.
I have a family full of traders living a soft life, getting fat. I chose to learn the way of metal and stone. It keeps me strong.
See your wares. Not that I really want to buy anything quite yet, but it's good to know it's here. You, the one that... Oh, I can't even talk to you. Okay. You want to try? Talk?
What can I do for you, Warden?
Did you tell your family about Sophia?
I thought about it, but I figured that it's not a bad thing to believe that you come from a line of lions, even if the truth is a touch more complicated. Our family's belief that we were wronged, it gave us strength to make something of ourselves. I've not a peep from him. Seems to like keeping to himself, but I keep telling the children to stay away from the tower.
Wait, actually,
What can I do for you,
I'm gonna
Warden?
look at your wares, see if there's
Certainly.
anything that pops out at me. No. Wait. No. Okay. Let's go get chill. Jail is... Actually, I need to see where quests are. Do I already have jail? You know what? Let's go to camp. No, I don't have chill yet. Let me look at my list. Stone prisoner. Soldier's path. Okay. Soldier's path. Got it. Got it. Let me just go around and talk to everybody. We're gonna save Zeb for last.
Something on your mind?
Do I?
Of course.
If you're raised in the Chantry, have you never?
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes? Oh, so that's what we're talking about. Well, if you really want to know, you tell me first. You know, I think for my character, they were an elf in the Mage Tower, so I think no. I myself have also never done it. That. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course, but you know.
Oh, I see you lack. For parts, are you a coward? Those are so mean. You've never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is it's not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
Not really, no.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come, after all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Alright, that's true. Alright. Sin?
Yes,
No question.
I am hardly surprised.
What were you quoting earlier?
The Kyun, the path to wisdom. I am not surprised you don't recognize it. Don't you learn the things your priests teach?
Not really.
That explains much.
Alright.
As you wish.
Good talk. Oh, he disapproved. Not a good talk. Okay. Morgan.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
She grew up in Kukari Wilds.
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
Fine, I'll leave you be.
I did not ask to be left alone. I simply wondered from whence comes this strange curiosity.
We don't need to be strangers, do we?
What a stranger does not know cannot hurt him, but have it your way. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness. Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. Sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human.
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out this way at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat in the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Approval! Yay! Well, Liliana, with your cheese wheel. Is that mine? It's my tent. This is my tent. I have the cheese wheel. Cheese.
Yes?
Would you like to talk?
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Who are you?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Be ready.
As is my duty, Grey Warden.
He's just hanging out. Win?
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
I'm gonna say no. The Circle Tower is the first I've seen.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Be the monster that you could be is instilling yes. You're too easily, you're a great mage. But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious. I see seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say. Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
One retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Okay, let's go. Talk to the boy.
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave? What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
It doesn't take any special skill?
I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set
Oh, I
from
love
your
Zevran.
average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
You always use poison then?
I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
No approval. But do I have things to give you? Do I have any gifts? Is it this one? Yeah. Let's see. That's for the dog. Ogrin. Ogrin. Win. Morgan. Win. Ogrin. Why do I have so many Ogrin? Zevran! Yeah! I forget how to give it. Oh yeah, I have to go to there and then have some gold.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
Oh, we're standing. We're neutral still. Love me. Alright. Time to go to bed and then we'll head out.
Of course.
We'll sleep with the dog. Barry. Time to go. Soldier's Pass. That's where I'm supposed to be. Zev?
Yes.
Who else do we want to take? You know what? Morgan?
Indeed.
And Sten.
Yes.
Take those three. Where's Soldier? There. Oh, fighting time. Before we do that, you need some rings. You don't have rings. We'll be fine. Probably. We can just save real quick. Hello?
Ah, a fellow traveler of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Do you sell a few copies in the Circle Tower? Not so strange, I have 5 copies. You're a forger and a liar. Do you sell copies in the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
Oh, you dome. Okay, so, I forget what all my things do, because it's been so long.
As you desire.
What the heck was that? I need my health. My health! Jesus Christ. What keeps on exploding? Oh, Lord. Use... Oh, my... Oh, you? You keep exploding us! Oh, you asshole. Heal yourself, please?
I am ready.
Oh.
Now this should be a new what do you do?
Holy moly. Are we done?
That was a most difficult battle.
Yeah, it was not fun. I didn't realize there was a mage exploding us. I know there's a button where you can see, like... Oh, not that button. But I forgot what the button is. Where it highlights things. You okay, Zevran?
And so I shall.
So we shall. We got level ups for Morgan and Sten, though. Let me see. Morgan build.
On three.
Oh, that's a video. I don't want to do that. Let's just get defending to 16. So everything else will go into magic with her, I guess. She's done, and then Sten. 2 strength, 1 dex. Balance. There we go. Alright. Sorry, I'm like tabbing in and out. So when I tab out, you can't hear the game. I wonder if there's an option for... no. I'm looking up. Button to highlight items. Tab? Okay. Tap, tap, tap. That's the button I was looking for. Ooh, death. See, that's why I do it, because I sometimes don't notice things. Actually, I should make sure they don't have, like, injuries. Yeah, they have a cracked skull. That work? Did. Let's go. I have to buy...
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous.
Rod.
Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
part of your problem.
Well, yes. Oh, it's been quite the month. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
Salasan, pleased to meet you.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for
That's
a golem.
what I need.
No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
What does the control rod do?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
How do I know this will even work?
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say?
How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
What's the catch?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
I think I can use it.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.